Hi, my name is Roxanne Wilson, and today is my birthday, which means I am almost 40. And when I say almost, I mean I'm literally 365 days away from the big 4-0. You know, whenever you tell someone that you're 39, they all have a very interesting reaction. You get that kind of grimace, that grin and bear it. For those who are younger than me, they look at me like, oh, you poor puppy. And those who are older kind of go back to that thought process of when they turn 40. For me personally, I've always loved birthdays, milestones, living another year, even if it does mean I'm getting older. But do you remember, back in my day, at least I should say, maybe not yours, but my day, 40 was literally over the hill. And I don't mean just the phrase, I mean the birthday cards literally had cemetery plots and it said over the hill. Kind of morbid, don't you think? Now, definitely, it's not over the hill. We've pushed that up a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. But regardless, I always think that turning 40 or turning that milestone number is a time to really reflect and just look back. So that's what I did this week. What have I done with my 39 years or 38 years, however you want to do that math? Let's see. I was a lawyer. Decided I didn't want to do that. Moved on from law by going on a reality show, because that's how you get out of law. If you're wondering how to get out of law, reality show. Got fired by Donald Trump, which at the time was a novelty. I traveled around the country and really got a real dose of what it's like to be in Hollywood, that whole scene, the ugly underbelly. And then went back to Austin, realizing that even though my dream was to be a talk show host, maybe I should go about it a different way. I did morning radio for a Christian radio station with iHeartMedia, and then went on to host on a international shopping network based in Austin that led me to being director of sales and programming. And after really taking the bulk of my late 20s and early 30s and work, I needed a break, and I'm glad I got one. Somewhere in there, towards the end of that whole crazy career time, I met a guy, finally, because you know, when you're traveling and when you're working and all these things, it's hard to meet a great guy, but I did. And somehow he convinced me to move from Austin, the promised land, all the way to California. So here I am in the OC, baby. I'm a network marketer for a skincare company. I am an event and wedding planner here, and I'm just soaking up life. Now, I have to admit to you, it sounds, you know, when you look back on life, you can reflect on it. They say that women or people in general, I guess, do not remember pain, and that's why people actually have babies and then want to have another one again, because you don't remember pain. And so I don't want to look back on all that and just say it was all lilies and roses and frolicking in through the forest, because it really wasn't. And I have to tell you that, especially this last year, that move, which again, thought I would never do, moving for a guy, what the heck? Moving after 13 years in Austin was so super traumatic and unexpected. I really thought that with my little checklist, I'm organized, that I could move. I had the mover, pick the place, and everything would be great. Well, when you move to the land of no queso, that's a hard place to live. And when you're doing what I'm doing, what I do, where I have to really be on it. Like, I have to be filled because I want to fill other people with greatness and with encouragement. Well, when you're feeling like, it's really hard to pour into other people's lives. Looking back on it, I'll admit to you that I was depressed. It was hard. And it probably took me a good 9 months, kind of like having a baby, so I hear, to really realize that I was happy where I was, and that the growth of moving was a great thing. And now I'm ready to roll. So the timing is like perfect, because my 38th year, 2017, was rough, but 2018 is here and I'm 39, and I am committed to making it the best year ever. Now, it's not just a year. I want it to be a trajectory into the best new phase or decade or whatever you want to call it of my life ever. And so in order to do that, I am committed to making sure I have the best body ever. Working on that. making sure that my faith is the best it's ever been, ensuring that my business acumen and what I'm doing business-wise is at its best, being the best lover, did I say that? Also being the best friend, the best family member, the best encourager, the best Roxanne I can possibly be. That might also be best cook. Oh, I can do that. Yep. So how do I do that? I'm not really sure. But dang it, I'm committed. And since I personally only have 365 days to pull it off, by Jove, you better believe I'm going to do it. That means the best skin, the best nails, the best everything. Hair, oh, that would be a novelty. I am a firm believer that in order to be successful at something, I have to put it out there. Some of you can really like rock it privately. I can't. I do my best when I'm exposed and out there, exposed G-rated, not like literally, but exposed and sharing with the world. And so I am inviting you to go on this amazing journey with me. I'm gonna call it Almost 40 because by Jove, I'm almost 40. Every day between now and the big 40, I'm going to make sure I'm doing something to make sure that I am the best that I've ever been. Will you join me? I'd love for you to. So how do I do this and how do I share with you and how do I keep committed? Because I don't know about you, but I can make a great goal and say it out loud, but then I actually have to really plan for it and keep it top of mind. So let's see, some goals to make this a real thing. By the way, this is like really vulnerable. So first of all, I'm committed to doing one video, let's say every other week. Okay, one blog entry on my website, roxannewilson.com, I'll say every week. And then one podcast every other week. That's fair, right? I am committed to Instagramming on the regular at least once a day. I'll try and do a little bit more, getting back into Facebook and also tweeting. So that's the plan, Stan. I have no idea where this is going to take me, but I'm really excited and committed to believing that wherever it takes me, by this time next year, I will be my hashtag best Roxanne ever. Oh, I like that hashtag. Are you ready? All right, here's to being almost 40. Best year ever.